That's how I start the show. I know you never been on the show.
Nah. No.
And if you never watched Kevin Samuels' video, Sherrod, I'm sure you've never seen The Raw Report. But we're here. We're here. Welcome, welcome, welcome to The Raw Report. The Raw Report. We're about to set this motherfucker off. The Raw Report, you fucking assholes. I'm going to fix my tie. Fix my tie, wipe my bald head.
We didn't get dressed.
Wipe my bald head.
We underdressed, sorry.
But you guys didn't have to do the bullshit that I had to do this afternoon. I had to do a whole bunch of bullshit. When you see somebody with a suit and tie on or something like that, you just know that they're a fucking sociopath or psychopath or something's wrong with them. Okay, something's wrong with them because you don't show up like that anymore. You know what I'm saying? Unless something's wrong with you, but unless you have high standards, that's another thing too. And us particular people, artists, you know, some of us artists like to have particular standards for handling business. Okay, I'm mad. I'm fucking mad.
There you go.
I'm fucking mad. And I'm fucking mad.
What are you mad at?
I'm fucking mad, and there's a lot of shit to be mad at as an African-American male living in a white man's world. Excuse me, Bomb. Bomb's Jewish. He knows exactly what I'm talking about because he's a Jewish man living in a white man's world. And we're sick of it. We're fucking sick of it. That's right. That's right. The Jews and the blacks are uniting underground. Oh, you didn't know. Oh, you didn't get the memo. Oh, you didn't know. But that's right. That's right. The blacks and the Jews have always been allies under the white supremacist Nazi system, which is America. And you may say, Dice, where you going with this, man?
Where you going?
Where you going with this? And I got to tell you, man, as a black man living in America, black boy, a little black boy, 6th grade, 5th grade, what isn't racist in the world? What isn't racist?
Not to me.
Teacher asks a black student, hey, Rashid, did you do your homework last night? And Rashid's comment is, nah, I didn't do my homework last night.
It's nah.
Because homework.
It's nah.
Because homework is racist, D.
Yeah.
That's Rashid's comment. Homework is racist. So the teacher may say, well, Rashid, I'm a little disappointed that you didn't do your homework, but you're saying it's racist. Did you happen to work on any school projects? He says, nah, I didn't work on my history report because that's racist too. So the white teacher has to figure out what's going on. I mean, they have to weigh it. Absolutely. They have to weigh it on one side. It says, well, okay, what is Rashid talking about?
Right.
Is every reaction from an African American in America to every scenario or small thing, is it racist? Is it racist? When you go to the hot dog stand or you say, hey, give me a hot dog or a pretzel or water ice, and the person's like, hey, and they take your money, hey, they don't say hello, hi, meet you. Hey, welcome to such and such. Can I get you? They don't do none of that shit, right? Is that racist?
I wouldn't say so.
No?
You have to confirm. You have to confirm
No.
that person is racist because they could just be having a bad day, too.
Okay.
Sometimes it's not always as deep as it could.
I like where you're going with this. I like where you're going with this, Sherrod. I want to introduce my guest today, too. Sherrod Brown, hip-hop aficionado, member
Thank you, Sherrod.
of the, what is the label?
1,000 Dreams.
1,000 Dreams.
1,000 Dreams.
Partner with Soul Spasm, Raw Life
Yes,
Entertainment.
sir. Yes, sir.
And then I also have Producer D. Welcome back, Producer D.
Hey.
Now, I heard there's a rumor that, before we get into it, there's a rumor that you were suspended, D. Yeah. And I want you to know that you shouldn't spread lies like that. D is a celebrity now.
I was cut off.
No, D, tell the truth. You hang out with, D hangs out with fancy pants people. You know what I'm saying? Fancy pants people, and he was busy. But going around telling everybody he was suspended, and which is, you can clearly see, Producer D is back. Producer D is back on the show. He was in Venice. Meanwhile, D, while you were gone, D, were you at home? No. He was all over the world. He was jet setting all over the world.
Yeah.
Sometimes I went to hang out with him. We had
We
breakfast.
did hang out. We hung out smoking
We
grooves.
had breakfast. Yeah,
Yeah, smoke
don't,
weed.
D, why are you telling people where we at? Now they're going to be looking for us at other places. That's how you get robbed, D. That's how you get set the fuck up.
No, that was 3 months ago.
That's how you get set up. Telling
Get
people.
robbed when you
telling
say
people,
that you're
telling
going
people,
there. Or you
You're right. Yeah,
See,
be able to keep this
3 months
information
ago. I'll
private.
tell you
D.
late.
I'm ordering
Right.
security guards online. He's fucking telling people our location. Anyway. In any case, it's not racist. Sherrod saying it's not racist. D, your thoughts. And I'm just talking about, before we go and just do a little refresh, I'm talking about small interactions on a daily basis.
Give me another example.
Okay. Forget the hot dog, forget the
mean-
Rita's Ice, forget the
Okay.
pretzel. You go and get a coffee. You walk in the Starbucks and say, here's your fucking coffee. You say, oh, you want coffee? Oh, okay. Here you go. No, hey, hello, sir. How are you doing? Oh, welcome to Starbucks. How may I get you? Cappuccino? Because sometimes you get that, right? Sometimes you get that. Because that's training. It's a part of training. But sometimes you don't get that. So when is it okay for a person to let the training go? Or is that race? Do you consider that to be racist?
Well, I do know that there's the responsibility of the employee to speak to anyone that come in the store. I've seen that happen. Now, if it was an employee just speaking to white customers, I would definitely have a problem with it. If I walked in,
Right,
and
right.
I would have to notice
Most
this.
definitely.
Like I would have to see it like while I'm standing in line. Like, yo, you only saying hello to the white customer, or vice versa.
Right.
It could be a black person's only saying hello to black people.
Right.
But I wouldn't find that racist though. I would just think
You
that's
don't
okay.
think that's racist. So
No,
what
no.
is it?
No.
See,
So what is
when
it
a white
then?
person does it, it is racist. When a black person does it, it's
When a
not.
black person does it, it's not racist. But what is it that a black person is doing, though? Are they treating you the same way as the white person that you consider to be racist is treating you? So what does that mean? Can we unpack that? Because then that's what this whole show is about. It's like, at least this episode, Sherrod didn't give a chance to brief you, but he jumped in.
Yeah,
He wasn't scared.
Sorry.
He jumped right on in there.
Opinion is opinion. I definitely have thoughts about it. I mean, here's the thing. It's like if you, I mean, like, okay, so it's like you got to break down what the races of the two people are first, and then go into the situation. Because what if it was a black person talking to another black person that had an attitude? You wouldn't call that racist. What if they were racist? Black people can
that's
be
what I'm
racist
saying.
towards their own.
And this is what I'm saying. And do we pass the same? Do they deserve the same crime? Like, I mean, do they deserve the same punishment? So if you go into Starbucks and you go into the hot dog stand and then you go to the fucking Xfinity place to pay your cable bill, and then you go pick up cheesesteaks and chicken wings for the family, and then you go stop at the gas station, and everywhere you go, somebody greets you with an attitude. I mean, everywhere you go. I gotta get a hot dog. Here's your fucking hot dog. Get the fuck out of here, you jig.
At that
Oh, it's
point-
like, I got a cup of coffee. Here's your fucking coffee. Get the fuck out of here. It's like nobody. And then you come across the one person who is like, hello, how are you doing? And you're like, oh, shit.
Finally.
Yo, what's up? How you doing?
Finally.
You don't even say finally because you've been getting treated like shit all fucking day.
At that point,
All fucking your whole life. Your
Okay.
whole fucking life.
You
You're
would-
getting treated like shit. And it's not basically by race is what you're saying. I'm sorry, Shrek. What do you want to say?
well, no, I'm saying like, okay, so at that point, if your whole day is messed up and everybody seems like they just hate you for no reason, you wouldn't, at that point, do some self-reflecting, just naturally, just thinking like, what's wrong with me?
Well, then that's the other thing. You start to think
Yeah,
that something is broken.
right.
And is it me? Is it me? And no, you're existing your black fantasy inside a white supremacist system. That
Okay.
even the people who are in it or operating inside white supremacy don't know they're doing it. And if you tell them, hey, that's racist behavior, they don't even know.
Subliminal.
They
Subconscious.
don't know.
I got an
They
example.
gotta know. Yo, I need some sunglasses because your watch is like blind.
I got an example of. See, okay, so I'm on my way here. This was maybe 15 minutes ago. I'm driving here.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
blasting the music,
Right.
Because I don't care. I'm in the
And
car.
You're a hip hop star, so what the fuck
You know?
you supposed to do? What the fuck?
Whatever.
Is going on?
Who
Do
cares?
whatever the
Right.
fuck you want.
You know?
Sherrod Brown does what he wants.
Yeah, no, of course, and I totally understand where I'm at and how it's quieter over here and everything. Like it's loud. We usually like around like where I live
They're
at.
playing
So
Elvis.
I'm black. Sure, anything but what I'm listening to.
They're blasting fucking.
So classical. This lady
Taylor
told me
Swift.
I was blasting music. She, white lady, old, like looked like she was in her 70s. Driver. She beeped at me like, I turned the music down, and looked over at her, and she smiled and made it seem like a joke. And she was like, classical, like just said like this is the kind of music I listen to. So I chuckled, whatever, and I said hip hop and pulled off.
That's what you said.
You should have said BP.
Wait, see, here's the
I mean,
thing.
bitch, please. But anyway.
Here's the
Right.
thing about
You know what
that.
I'm saying?
The audacity.
Yeah.
That's white supremacy. The fact that you can pull somebody over and say, "Hey, what are you listening to in your car?"
Right.
No.
It bothered her that much.
No.
so
A
that's-
different music.
She was
You should be
prejudiced?
listening, and
Hey.
music is the universal language.
That's
Which is the sad
discrimination.
part.
Mm-hmm.
That's discrimination. I mean, it's racism. It's white supremacy. It's because it's a supreme move.
Is that not?
It's a move of supremacy. Hey, listen, I'm going to stop you. You are a stranger. I have no authority over you. I am not a police officer. I am not a fireman. I am not concerned for your safety. You are not causing. If you're not causing a public safety thing, then there's no reason to stop somebody and for playing music, no matter what the fuck they're listening to. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like, yo, music is the universal language. So let's start there. You know what I'm saying?
So let's say she
Most
was
definitely.
just being an asshole, or maybe she. Just
It's
wanted
not
to
even
teach
about
her.
asshole. It's about white supremacy. But here's the thing: are black people operating inside a white supremacist system too? And how are they doing it? Like, how are black
Yeah, they
people
are.
participating in white supremacy? Because
Looking
that's
the
what I'm
part.
trying to get to.
Looking the part.
You
Well,
think a
playing
black person
ball,
would've-
I don't mean-
I don't necessarily know about that. What you say?
So you think a black person would have rolled up and said, "Yo, you turn that down"?
Like, yo,
They
NWA,
might have-
like,
they
yo,
might have
Drake,
said something like, "Yo, like,
like, yo, what do you listen to?
You gotta, no, that shit hurts."
Mhm.
This,
Yeah.
but that's prejudice. Like,
I
thinking somebody-
think so.
somebody music, like you're gonna try to force your music on someone else. Like,
Yeah, first because my music was louder than hers. That's probably what it was at first,
yeah.
because I couldn't even hear what was going on in her car.
Right.
So she probably was just like, hold on, because I'm minding my business.
and
Right.
you alert and you paying attention where you could see her ask you, and you
Yeah.
show her respect. You turn it down,
Right, you know.
And you
That's
ask,
another
yeah,
thing.
you
Yeah.
know,
Because that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah,
Show
exactly.
your
He's
elders respect.
respectful.
But here's the thing, though. The point I'm getting at is there is the white supremacist system, like, and just a total hate network. There's a hate network. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And people are constantly promoting this stuff, and now they're acting on it, right? When before it was like, okay, the Ku Klux Klan, you don't really know where none of those uniforms are at. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay,
Right.
where all the old uniforms? You don't see none of them on eBay. The
Right.
dry cleaners don't have them.
Right.
It's like, so maybe
Right.
where the fuck are they? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
People still using them. You know what I'm saying? Or washing them. I don't know how the fuck they clean. In any case, you start to unpack the white people who operate inside the Ku Klux Klan, or they operate inside the Proud Boys, or any of these things that exist, these groups, these organizations.
Right.
They're acting on racial stuff. When before, they would burn a cross on your front lawn, they blow a church up in the South. They send in the National Guard. They blow up a church in Detroit. They send in the National Guard. They blow up a whole neighborhood in Bonton, Texas, or even way before that, Tulsa. But what we don't know, there's 50 Tulsas. Tulsa's not isolated. You got Tulsa, and then you got Rosewood, which is a true story. These are true fucking stories. Bonton, Texas. They call it Bomb Town because the blacks, they would have businesses, they would be successful, and they would keep pushing them back by bombing the businesses. And just keep pushing them back, and keep pushing them back, and keep pushing them back. And the nickname of this place was called Bomb Town. Now it's called, but the real name is Bond. bond town.
Okay.
Bond,
but
B-O-N.
But they changed it. Wow.
I mean,
That's
this is our history, right? But inside that horrific violence, right? Inside what happened in Buffalo this week, right? Right? What happened? The guy shot 12 people, 10 fatalities.
It was like
14 people dead.
A little kid.
a few people in the hospital.
Grandmothers,
3 hours away.
Yeah.
aunties.
That's crazy. They said it's a hate crime. That's what it was.
What the fuck is
Yeah,
going
that's
on?
He
here?
made it
That's
to jail. He made it to the car.
That's a terrorist act.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
it is.
my point
It
is
is.
though. My point is.
A black guy wouldn't have made it to jail.
No, not at all.
Oh no.
I mean, unarmed black men, unarmed African American women
Don't make it
get
home.
gunned down by the police, unarmed.
Right.
Routine traffic stop. So let's move past that for a second. So at the same time, two things happened in Buffalo that have caught my attention this week. And the first thing, of course, is the shooting. Let me just fix the camera a little bit. The first thing is the shooting. The second thing is Freddie Gibbs gets into a fight with
Griselda.
I didn't know that.
Benny the Butcher's allegedly. Allegedly.
He still performed too.
Allegedly. You know what I mean? Allegedly.
You see his face?
We know Freddie Gibbs got in a scuffle.
You know, he looked-
We don't know if it was Griselda. We don't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know who the fuck it was. It could have been. That could have been Buffalo. What's the Buffalo football team? What the fuck?
Bills?
The Buffalo Bills. It could have been Buffalo Bills fans, and he could have been in there talking about, "Hey, I'm a Jets guy." I mean, I don't fucking know. I mean, sports stuff gets that stupid. But the point is, when we have acts of violence that are young men going in the street with, young white men going in the street with AK centerfires, M16 rifles, shooting up people, innocent people, unarmed people. We got police shooting unarmed African-American women and men in their homes while they're sleeping in bed, while they're eating ice cream in the living room. Cop bursts in, shoots you, kill you, and says, "Oh, I'm in the wrong apartment." Bitch, you live upstairs. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what the fuck is going on here, right?
Yeah.
Inside that kind of violence, we still target each other. Freddie Gibbs was targeted in Buffalo right after a horrific weekend that we just saw. A horrific, murderous, disgusting hate crime weekend. We still have time to reserve, and that's what this is about. How much do we reserve for each other? What do we have reserved for each other? We have an insane amount of violence still built up that we store for each other.
Right.
It's like there's no rap songs where it's like, "Yo, I'm going to the fucking suburbs tonight, looking for a motherfucker that's white." You know what I'm saying? Gonna give him a sweet delight, crack his motherfucking head, night. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, it's like
no.
these niggas riding on these niggas, shooting ops, niggas, bitches. And let's be clear. When we talk about bitches, it's not like we're spreading it all over. You know what I'm saying? It's not like okay, we're talking about women, period. No, we're talking about black women. We talking about the queen, the African queen, our queen. That's what we used to call them. Back before you was around. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You was probably still in third grade, Sherrod, because you a young scrapper.
No, I still call my black women queen.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. You say bitch. You say bitch just like everybody else, D.
No, I
You be like, where them
And
bitches
if it's not-
at?
if it's
D
not a
trying-
black
He
woman.
trying to clean his act up.
You know.
No, D, let's be real.
I know- when you
No,
know
D,
better, you
let's
do
be
better.
real. Sometimes you do say queen.
Peace, queen. That's
Sometimes
what I said.
you
Peace,
do.
Queen. Yo, spring water.
Your conscious mind. Your conscious mind does say queen. The conscious. No? You're saying no?
No, I'm saying
It's your subconscious mind.
I uplift. I don't tear down.
Okay, we're trying to be real here. Look, sometimes I
I'm
say
trying to
bitches.
be real here, yo.
Look, I don't say bitch on record because I'm conscious about that.
I
try not to talk about.
25 years ago. That's when
Here we go. Here we go.
I've learned to think before I say something.
Right.
Okay.
He learns how he learns to think before he says something. It took him 25 years after having a child to think before he talks. That's what he just said to you. Out of his own words, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, what do we have built up for each other? I'm reading a story the other day. It's a white teacher who has a whole description of his life with black students. His life with black students. That's all. A white teacher wrote a note, open letter. Here's my life with black students. It was in the South. He says, this morning I come into the classroom. It took me 15 minutes to get everybody to get quiet. They were yelling and screaming. One student was rapping, and it was more or less not real rap, because that's what he says. It's not real rap, but it was him screaming one word over and over again while the other kids in the classroom screamed, yeah, back at him, right? And he said, I didn't understand what's going on. He says most of the times when the kids are communicating with each other, he said they're saying things like, you can suck this, or kiss this, Like he said they don't use real words, right? So this is a teacher. This is an educator, right? He says that when the kids get into fights, because it's a mixed school too. He said there's a small amount of white kids there, and he said they're trapped. He said, these white kids are poor. They don't have money. So typically there's white flight from suburbia. So white flight from the city. So you had segregation, then you had desegregation, then you had white flight. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, you follow me? D, you know what I'm talking
No.
Segregation, desegregation, and white flight.
about? Okay. Can you please pay attention, D?
Hey, look, I'm trying to stay up on my current events. I ain't know about.
He's trying to stay up on his current events.
I ain't know about.
That's what the fuck he just said on the top.
Listen, I'm looking at the fight. I'm looking at the fight.
Send me a paperwork on suspension for D.
Freddie looks like
Send me the paperwork
he's
on
by
suspension.
himself. Why Freddie's by himself?
He wasn't by himself. He's obviously with security guards, and he's obviously with some people that's trying to pull the 50 people that's trying to get on his ass. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, he had 50 motherfuckers trying to fuck him up, and it might have been about 5 or 6 of them. You know what I'm saying? In any case, the thing is, when you got too many people trying to fuck one person up, nobody gets a clear swing in. It's like one person might get it's like
Right.
all that goofy shit. It's like, look, man, if you really just send one big motherfucker, bow, knock him the fuck out, or kill him, right?
Hey.
Because that's what it's about. That's the violence that we have. So let me finish talking about the teacher. So the teacher says, with some of the white students, he said being at this school is very violent. He said, but for some of the white students that are too poor, that their parents could not escape, they are trapped here. And he said their violence. Wow. He said their violence is reserved for a slap or a kick when getting something out of the locker. Or just very small violence. He said, but the serious violence is reserved for other black students. So why do we have this contempt and reserve for people who look just like us, right? Why do we have this contempt reserved for any nigga that says anything to you or disrespect you or step on your sneakers or talk shit about you? Why is the next thing homicide?
Fight.
Or fight?
Why
What's go, gentlemen? Please. Why is this violence reserved for us only?
Because we just always feel like we have something to prove to other. We don't feel like we have anything to prove to other races. If that makes, like, in my head at least, I feel like, to other black people, we are held to whatever respect or standard that we set out, like that we put on ourselves. I just feel like that when a black person looks at you, they go, oh, that's the guy who did something great, or that's the guy who looks like, who did something dumb or something stupid, and you're remembered for that. But I feel like we don't care as much about the opinions of people outside of our race as much. Not that we don't care about it at all, but it's that, like, we want other black people to...
I think you're onto something.
We want other black people to look at us like...
No, I think you're onto something, because you got to think about how critical we are of each other.
Yeah.
Like, when you're in school, they're like, oh, man, look at your sneakers.
Right.
Wow, look at your jacket. Wow, look at your hat.
And that
look
affects,
at your T-shirt.
that affects a person.
Clean your sole of your sneakers. Why your shoestrings so dirty? Yeah. Why it is like we're overly critical of each other.
Can I tell my
Why do we give a fuck about the bullshit, the small material shit that, I mean, we're all poor. I mean, if you're black in America, I mean, 9 times out of 10 you're poor. I mean, you grew up poor, you grew up in the streets. You don't have any real wealth. I mean, let's keep it real, right? It doesn't exist. So why are we so critical on these little small
things?
Check. checkpoints
Yeah, our
of
first-
your
yeah.
sneakers, your shoelaces,
we
your hat is crooked.
We
your
wanna be
fuck-
cool.
Well, I think with me is because I used to wear like pro wings and stuff, and you know I didn't
I mean,
care
you
when
wear
people.
dog sneakers to school
I
too.
didn't. Okay, I didn't care when people stepped on those sneakers, but now that I'm wearing Versace,
The big
Saint
steppers.
Laurent, Gucci, step on my motherfucking sneaks, nigga. Same
right. You know.
No, but
but no, but
yeah,
that,
when I was
that's
little,
real though.
I didn't care. But now,
No, but that's real.
care.
Mm-hmm.
My
That's
sneaks are
real.
$500 to $1,200. Some $3,200.
So, well, any case, my point is, if somebody does step on your sneakers,
Death.
no, seriously,
I'm done.
no, seriously, like if somebody step on your sneakers, right, and just say you just took them out the box, they step on your sneakers, they leave like a print on it, like a dirt print, right, and you can actually see it across your sneaker. What is your next move? I mean, okay, and as a white person.
All right, I was gonna say my next
White
move was I was gonna get my sneaker clean and try to remove the stain, but if it does not remove,
You don't
so
know
what
the
about
person though. I'm talking
Right then and
small
there.
infraction.
No,
right then and there.
Right then and there, though.
No, I'm
You outside. There's no sneaker
I would
cleaner.
wait for first. I'll wait for the person to.
They're not going to apologize. They don't
Okay,
apologize.
so all right, I'm glad you said that because now
They don't apologize.
we can get into So all right, so if they don't apologize off rip, then I mean you got to call them out at that point, no matter like.
Okay, so they keep,
But call them out
It's
as
a white
whipping their
person
ass.
though.
Oh,
Look, so let me break it down scenario. White guy
step on the sneakers.
steps on your sneakers.
Mhm.
Doesn't say excuse me. Doesn't say nothing. Just keeps going.
Right.
You say yo, you just stepped on my sneakers.
Mm.
They keep going. They like basically
Yeah.
like trying to
Well,
like.
you know what I would
ignore
do? Yeah, no, I know.
you.
Yeah.
What would you do?
I would put my foot in their ass as soon as they turn around.
You would. You really would.
The sneaker that they stepped on, only the sneaker that they.
You
stepped
really
on,
would do that.
My foot right in their ass.
You really would do that.
Yeah. What? I'm different, yo.
You wouldn't do that though.
A white man stepped on my sneakers
D,
and
you
walked
wouldn't
away.
do that.
So you saying I would
I
have?
know you
saying
wouldn't
I would
do
have
that.
more energy with my black man than
Yes.
the white? No, you
Yes.
tripping, son. You
Honestly,
tripping, son.
not,
I'm
'cause
out of here.
look,
Yes.
'cause
So
if-
I'm
Sherrod,
gonna get
same
suspended
thing happened
another
to you.
5
White,
months.
hold on, let Sherrod answer.
Huh?
So white guy steps on your sneakers. You say,
Right.
yo, and they keep walking.
Mm.
What do you do?
So after that happens,
All they did was
and,
step
and
on
they
your
keep
sneakers,
and they keep walking, trying
And
to.
it was an accident. It wasn't like they was like,
But if it was an accident, they would have said that. They would have
no,
clarified that, right?
they don't care. No, it's
Nah?
over. They
Okay.
stepped on your sneakers. The life goes on.
All right.
Deal with
All
it.
right, all right. So okay, at that point,
What do you do?
at that point is because look, I mean, because it's how you internalize it. If a white person stepped on your shoes, now you going back to the racist thing. What if it?
It's
Like-
unconscious though. It
Right.
wasn't a conscious thing of them stepping on your sneakers, but they did step on your sneakers. They did leave a stain.
Right. Okay.
They did not say excuse me.
Right. So I'm
They
now
kept going.
I'm calling them, see if they're gonna respond, turn around, say something, whatever.
They don't.
They don't. Okay.
Then what?
Then most likely, so that I don't end up, because you get into a situation with a certain person and it's your fault regardless.
Well,
So
I'm just asking what you
I'm
do.
now at that point I'm probably
What do
gonna
you do?
let it go with a yelling at them, probably cussing them out, stuff like doing stuff to make me feel better at that point.
Okay.
So that
at least you being honest.
yeah.
I'm gonna have
At least you being honest.
You know what I'm saying?
So no, D said he was gonna put his foot in their ass.
I'm gonna
So-
have the
so
same energy
black
with
guy.
a black guy and a white guy.
Black
That's all
guy,
I'm
your
saying.
age,
It's the same energy.
does the same thing.
trying to
Steps
win the
on
war.
Steps on your sneakers.
Not the battle.
Doesn't know. Doesn't care.
Yeah.
What's your
You
move?
said black guy.
Black guy,
okay.
your age.
All right.
Steps on your sneakers. Doesn't care. Doesn't even acknowledge it. Just keeps going. Just you like, yo, you stepped on my sneakers, dude. And he's like,
Right.
keeps walking. Doesn't say anything back to you. Doesn't do anything.
Just keeps going.
Just keeps going.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say same deal.
So you're like, yo, you
I don't
fucking pussy, or what do you
Something,
say?
yeah, anything.
You fucking
I'm
pussy. I'll
Same
fuck
shit.
you up. You come back here and let me fuck you up. Is that what you say?
Yeah,
like-
something like if you like yeah, that's why you still walking because I would have something like
Okay,
that.
Keep walking.
Right.
Keep walking, bitch. That's what you say.
So, yeah, something
Dick,
like that.
Is that your thing? Pussy, keep walking or I'll fuck you up. Come back over here, lick my sneakers clean.
You gotta.
Like,
I'm gonna have the same energy, but it's certain times that you don't want the certain energy.
Have you seen the videos where these guys they say they walk past somebody, they say something like, yo, man, I'm gonna knock this guy out, man, if you look at me wrong, something.
Right.
Or they be like, or something like that. Like, they do something stupid, and then a guy has a reaction to it. and he turns around, and it's his turn to react, right?
Mm.
He's like to say, hey. And typically, these are non-physical things.
Mm.
Have you seen these things?
Here and there.
Some of the videos. D, have you seen some of these things?
No, I can't.
Okay. D doesn't know what the fuck's going on planet Earth. He doesn't know. He doesn't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, Zach Pro, my
you letting
boy.
me know, though. You letting me know. Like,
Bomb.
I didn't even know about...
Bomb. Add some sanity to this insane world.
Yeah.
Have you seen any of these videos where the guy goes up to somebody and he says something to them? He's like... Or he sings a rap lyric in the air, or does something annoying like that in the store. You've seen this.
Mm-hmm.
Have you?
All right, maybe... I can't see.
Okay, in any case,
Can you show me
the
what's the
typical response is the guy will grab the comedian or whoever the fucking guy is, the web celebrity. He'll grab him and be like, yo, I'm gonna fuck you up. And the guy's gotta be, no, it's a joke. No, look,
Right.
there's a camera. It's a joke. Ha, sorry.
Yeah, like punked and all that kind of.
It's kind of like that, but like very small bursts and short, like.
What show does that specifically though?
It's not a TV show. It's more like just internet
Okay,
bullshit
because I
things,
know.
like little clips.
Yeah, I ain't see... Well, okay. What's the point?
The point is, there's a white guy that does it too, online, where he actually does physical contact. He's like walking through like I feel like his name is the greatest entertainer of all time, or like something like that, right?
Yeah.
He bulks up like this. He's a really skinny white guy, and he's walking through like a muscle bound facility,
Okay.
and he's bumping these big bodybuilders guys.
Right.
He bumps them, right? And he keeps walking, and some of them be like, what the, who is that? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then they get a look at him, they be like, it was that guy?
Right.
Like, he must be crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they let it go.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have much reserved violence for this guy.
Right.
But these same type of guys, or even guys that are not bodybuilders, are having a more violent reaction to African Americans that are basically doing the same thing. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're basically on the internet, they're on Instagram, they hold the camera up, they do something stupid with the camera, the guy threatens violence, they say, it's a prank.
Right.
The white guy, they don't even acknowledge that he's there. Like, he bumps them, and then he just walks off.
Right.
And that's it.
Nothing.
That's it. Now, one guy did pick him up and was like, yo, what the fuck are you doing?
Right.
Like, he was that big. I mean, these are like massively, like,
Right.
think of like the biggest, like, motherfuckers that's almost like Incredible Hulk type motherfuckers.
Right, huge.
And this little skinny white guy bumps him. And they like, first of all, they be looking around like, who did it? They be like, anyway. They just let it go. One
Right.
guy was drinking some shit.
And he like made it spill it a little bit or something. Oh my gosh.
And he just let this shit fucking go. He spilled the shit. He's like,
I wouldn't have, like, if it was me. I don't care how small you are. You felt that. You did that.
All right, so what is your response?
I mean, same deal. Even though at that point I know I can like whoop your ass at that point. Like I know I can, but I'm gonna give you a chance to.
Do we want to kick everybody's ass that we can?
Nah, not just because you can. No, of course not.
But small infractions. Nothing. They didn't do anything physical to you. They disrespect. So another thing is it a mental illness thing? Is racism a mental illness thing? Because like, let's get to the core of it. Like, it's not just somebody doing something to you. It's we feel like it's racially motivated, right? Now,
Right.
when it's not racially motivated and it's somebody that is African American that's doing the same thing to you that a white person is doing, how much more violence do you have reserved for somebody that looks like you versus somebody that doesn't look like you?
Reserved violence.
Reserved violence. We have, as a people, we have reserved violence built up for one another. It's a
Yeah.
reserved violence.
Yeah.
When we listen to music, we're being programmed with reserved violence. Yo, I'm gonna fuck these niggas up. Yo, when these niggas do this, I'm gonna fuck. If a nigga even fucking look at me wrong,
are
I'm
you-
a. This is the shit we listen
Because
to.
we
All day
When
long.
you say reserved,
Reserve. Like, what do you have in reserves?
Meaning
What do you
slow-
have stored up? Yes.
Meaning to be slow to show your emotions to certain to stuff, our opinions.
Right.
Like, you know
No,
what I mean?
that's not what I mean. It's not
What
be
do you mean?
slow. What
No,
I'm saying
no,
is,
no,
how much violence do you think is appropriate to give to a black person for a small infraction versus a white person who's did the same thing
No,
to you?
because you saying are you saying we're basically more reserved for white people than we are for black people? That's what you're trying to.
I'm asking a question. Do you think that there's an amount of reserved violence that we have for each other that we don't have for white people?
I do. Yeah.
You do?
I do.
Okay.
You know, I think.
No, I kind of see what you're saying, but it's
Do
more
you?
like because it's more like we more quick to pop off. It's like I
This
always
is
say,
what I'm
Right.
saying. Like
We
we're
assume-
very
To us.
critical. We're very
and
critical
people
of each
are
other.
like that with
Right.
their family
Yeah.
and their friends. Like a person would get like I seen people get hyper with their buddy, but then if it was somebody they didn't know, they wouldn't be that hype.
Yeah, that's why
but-
this is kind of subjective to me a little
so
bit.
then that's a very deep
so-
psychological issue. Now, what is that?
I mean,
Right.
What is that?
reserved
Hey.
is meaning to kind of not show.
No, that's the
emotion.
show reserve.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
can show reserve,
Yeah.
but what do you have
Have
reserved?
reserved.
What do you have stored up that you're willing to lash out on somebody on a small infraction? Like if somebody steps on your sneakers, what is the next step? And they don't say sorry. They don't even acknowledge that you have even sneakers on.
can't-
They're not even paying
I
attention.
can't
They
put
don't
my-
care.
I can't put that much into that. I mean,
I'm just
that
saying though,
actually-
it happens.
I mean,
It's happened. It's happened
It depends
before.
on the
It happened to
circumstances.
me at the Chris Rock show.
Did it
but
ever start a fight?
I have seen that start a fight. Yes, not with me. Like I've never.
You've seen.
No, that's what I'm saying. I
Have,
agree.
have you ever gotten into a fight by somebody stepping on your shoes?
I'm
No.
not gonna get into a fight with.
And everybody that's ever stepped on my shoes, apologize.
Yeah,
What if they didn't? And what if they're black?
but you still.
Well,
would-
see, a lot of black people know that that's like
you should be reserved.
Okay.
one of the worst things you can do.
Okay, so culturally,
They know how much
you saying
what you went through to get them sneakers. They know.
okay, but if a white person does it,
Now
what?
Now you're looking at it like innately. You're
And
probably
they
gonna
don't
look at
say
it like, oh,
sorry. They don't even acknowledge it. They don't care. It's not a big deal. No, it's not. It's not a thing.
it would be looked at as a racial thing at that point.
So it's looked at as a racial
It
thing.
would be. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm gonna judge
saying
that
it is
person.
racist.
No, I'm not saying it is. I'm
But
saying
that's how it's gonna make you feel.
right. Until I figure out what the real issue is here. That
Now, how do you get to the nitty gritty of it? So what's the approach to get to the nitty gritty?
well, first they got to give you the time of day. If they keep walking, if they ignore you, then hey, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna call you out. If you clearly hear me and you're not stupid, you know, and you're not, you know, you're not mentally inept in any kind of way, then now level with me. You know what I'm saying? Now if they keep if they ignore me, then hey.
Only time I'm gonna get into it if somebody step on my sneaker. If they do like LL did the jelly bean, like.
You know what I'm saying?
So
Other than that, like we good. Like we not gonna get to altercation.
Nah, I hear
I'm not
you.
your friend if you do that.
I
and
hear
you
you.
keep walking.
so my point is, historically,
Mhm.
black people have not done the type of things that Ku Klux Klan, neo-Nazi, racist organizations have done to each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Slave owners, slave masters, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, historically, we haven't done those types of things to each other.
Mm.
We've never enslaved one another. Well, damn, we did.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
did. Blanche Bruce, I mean, he was the first African-American senator, but you did own slaves, bro. Not
Yeah.
cool.
See.
Not cool. But he learned
not.
his lesson, I mean, eventually. But
You
it wasn't.
own slaves.
It's not easy being a black man today. I can't even imagine what it's like being an African American, born slave, turned African American senator, D.C., black wife, in the 1800s. I can't even get into what
That's
the
gotta be-
complexities of that shit was
that's
like.
crazy.
So no judgment over here, right? No judgment. Nothing I can really say about that. But we've never really burned crosses on each other's property.
Nah.
We've never systematically stopped one another from moving into a
Because
neighborhood.
we mind our business a lot of times.
Well, we don't have the power for starters. Like there is no there was no black lining. You know what I'm saying? When it come to banking and mortgages, it was red lining. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and I mean, and they drew the black line and said, yo, y'all motherfuckers stay the fuck over there. You know what I'm saying?
The fact that he was able to draw a line.
Well, the fact that they did
That's
it and it was law
Right.
and it was typical bank practices.
And it's still going on today.
Well, redlining is not really going
No,
on.
no, not
today,
redlining, but the
The approach.
aspect,
Yes, the
I was about to
approach.
I was about to name some.
But this is what I'm saying. So when has there ever been like, I mean, there for what we done to each other is so small compared to the violence that we act on one another. Like ops. Like people say, yo, when I see my ops, it's a problem. Yo, my ops see me, I got ops trying to kill me. And it's like, yo, it's never, I don't think there's another race. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the ops that we're ducking and dodging are the people that look just like us. When we look in the mirror, it's like, you look just like your op.
Right.
Your
That's why all the wrong people's getting killed by accident and all this kind of stuff.
I mean, my point with that is, we haven't done anything to each other.
Hey,
We haven't done anything to
but
each other.
what if your dad didn't like that person's dad?
Well, that's called a feud. That's the Hatfields and McCoys.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, if your family didn't like this other family and you born into a family feud, I mean, that's happened.
Yeah.
A lot. There's been a lot of that. I mean, when motherfuckers was warned for 20, 50 years, families, you know, up in the what are the Appalachian Mountains or some shit where they eat the fucking Rocky
crazy.
Mountain oysters and all that goofy shit. Like, I mean, no disrespect to Rocky
crazy.
Mountain oysters. I mean, not my cup of tea, but you know,
No disrespect to the oysters.
no Rocky Mountain oysters. I mean, much respect to oysters and clams. Much respect to raw bars. You know what I'm saying? Worldwide, but Rocky Mountain oysters. That's not oysters. And why do we call them that? You know what I'm saying? They're fucking like goat nut sacks or something like that. Like Rocky Mountain oysters. I mean, Google the shit. Google Rocky Mountain oysters. Like what the hell? What the hell is that?
Rocky Mountain oysters.
They're not oysters.
Okay.
Let's be very clear about that. Oysters, respect. Much respect to oysters. Okay, Bomb's about to hit us with it. Rocky Mountain oysters. Let's go.
Rocky Mountain oysters, or meatballs, also known as prairie oysters in Canada, is a dish made of bull testicles.
Oh,
These
what?
are often deep fried after being skinned, coated in flour, pepper, and salt, and sometimes pounded flat.
Ooh. Ooh, that doesn't sound like an oyster at all.
Look at
That sounds scary. That's like, I guess that's like a redneck version of chitlins. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to eat chitlins either. Like, if you put chitlins on my plate, oh God, please don't show me anymore. It's like, yo, I can't do chitlins.
You know what I'm saying?
I can't do chitlins. I can't do Rocky Mountain oysters.
Come on. It looks like a brain.
Look, anyway, they're bugging out over here about this stuff.
But
But the point is, fuck no, I never ate that shit. Are you kidding me? Like, I've much respect to oysters, all right? Rocky Mountain oysters, no disrespect. See, there's a difference, all right? When you say much respect to something, you bigging it up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But when you say
Right.
no disrespect, that's like, yo,
yeah.
I ain't gonna touch that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
I
Like, no
ain't mess
disrespect,
with this.
but no respect either. like no disrespect, but no respect either. You know what I'm saying? Let's be clear about that.
Respectfully.
Yeah, respectfully, I'm gonna respectfully decline to respect that.
Right.
Yo, man, I'm gonna respectfully decline to respect that. Plain and simple. Anyway, but typically, historically, we've never done anything to each other. We don't burn each other's churches down. It's not the Baptist church is not burning down the fucking Episcopal church. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't do that type of shit. In fact, we don't even burn down white churches.
Yeah.
We don't do. We're very nonviolent people. When you really think about it, but we've been painted with the brush of criminality.
Yeah. I think black people
We're
have
very nonviolent.
the urge to be the alpha at all times, like no matter what the cost. Some people don't care. We just have that in us.
Any reserved emotions on that?
I'm
You talking about
sure.
the
I'm sure
shooting
there
in
were.
Buffalo?
Yeah, I know you did. We did talk about.
We did talk. But
Yeah.
you want to talk about it some more?
No, the cops should have. Like, he shouldn't have made it to jail.
My
Nah.
thing is forget
think
the
so.
police. Forget the police that exist inside a white racist system, especially in a place like Buffalo, right? I mean, because the higher the mountains, the colder the temperature, the more racist the police department. Like, let's be clear about that.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And the FBI, what you say? Look,
Mm.
the FBI warned local officials, mayors, police department, the CIA, the president. They warned them that the Ku Klux Klan was transitioning from robes into police uniforms. They warned them about this shit 30, 40, 50 years ago. They were like, yo, the Ku Klux Klan is making a transition into the fucking police department.
Yeah.
They gonna work.
They gotta work somewhere.
They at the laundromat. They everywhere. They the owners at the supermarket.
You just never know. But this is
They
what
just
I'm
don't wear
saying.
the robe no more.
But that's what I'm saying. When you go get your coffee at the fucking Starbucks and the person throws your coffee up at the counter, or you go get your sandwich and the person at the sandwich shop throws your fucking sandwich up on the counter, and you go get your dry cleaning and they throw your fucking dry cleaning all that stuff. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's not specific to a regional demographic. It could be any fucking where. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't know. And then sometimes, to your point, sometimes the motherfucker just not in the mood for the fucking dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, man,
Yeah.
I done said hello, good morning to fucking 500 people. Yo, I'm ready to get the fuck out of here. I got shit I gotta fucking do. It's like, yo, you want fucking service? You would have smiled. Maybe you should have been here at 9 a.m. You would have got that. You here at 6:45. I'm leaving at 6:48. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like, yo, I get that. Now that I get. But all day long, for your whole entire life as a black male, you go places and you don't get the kind of respect you deserve. But what is your reserve violence or reserve reaction for this small infraction? It's typically nothing.
Why are you saying it's a small infraction?
Because it is a small infraction. If somebody comes up and they slap your mom in the fucking mouth with their fucking dick, that's a big infraction, right? You know what I'm saying? If somebody fucking steps on your sneakers and doesn't know, well, I'm just saying, if somebody steps on your sneakers and they don't even know they stepped on your sneakers, but they don't acknowledge it because they just don't give a fuck because they're not thinking about you or your sneakers because you don't fucking matter in the world. I mean, that's the thing that may trigger us to make us angry.
After that, they don't care. No, look, initially it's not a problem, but when it's how they treat it afterwards. It's how they act after the action is done.
Right.
Now
they don't even know that
it's
the
bigger
action
than
occurred. Because they don't care. They don't care that much. They don't know the action has occurred. So it's like, do I even give a fuck? Like,
I mean, you wouldn't feel that? You wouldn't feel yourself? I mean...
I'm just asking you. You didn't ask me what I would do.
Okay.
Nobody
no,
asked me.
I didn't.
D, you didn't ask me? Okay, Dice. Somebody steps on your sneakers. Then what? What do you do? You say, hey, Dice, what do you do? Somebody steps on your sneakers.
Okay.
Black and white. You gotta describe
Okay,
both.
that's right.
Okay.
A white male walks past, steps on my sneakers, doesn't say excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
He's saying the right gators, all white.
I might not even say nothing.
All saying the right gators, all white.
I would. It's a small infraction.
Okay. Especially
I mean,
It's a small infraction. This is a small infraction. Now, if a black person walks up and steps on my sneakers and doesn't say anything, I don't say anything either. Because it's a small infraction. But typically,
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be.
typically,
It ain't black,
what
white for
do
me.
you
Yeah.
think happens in those scenarios? When people are getting into fights at Neiman Marcus over sneakers that they haven't even purchased yet.
Yeah.
So
I
you
got
try
that- I
on
had
a
that
shoe,
first.
somebody steps on the shoe that you haven't even purchased, and then a fight breaks out over that. I mean, this
See, yeah.
has happened.
You know what I think?
I'm not
I think
making this
those
up.
are the people that should happen with. Me, myself, I would never be involved in an altercation at a store
Over some...
about some
But
socks,
would you
some
be
shoes.
involved in any kind of silly altercation over a small infraction?
When I gave
But if it's a black person, not a white person, like what kind of D? Let's be real. You got violence reserved for black people.
no,
You got it.
I do.
D, you got it because you
But
know
I
why
mean,
you got it.
I'm slow to reveal my emotions.
Like,
That's-
no, D, you got it because if somebody do something that you don't like, D, I mean, you bougie now. You was
Listen.
on the water boats
I
in
just
Venice
gave you a good
with Beyonce
example.
and Jay-Z, but then you could just snap
Yo.
and then punch somebody in the mouth. What's going to push you
No, but
to
I
that
just
limit?
gave you an example.
Okay,
of-
give it to me.
of-
Give it to me
of-
again. Give it to me again.
The Sunoco incident with the dude was smoking a cigarette.
But he had a gun.
yeah, he had
If
a gun.
you fight
But-
somebody that has a gun, you're out of your mind. So let's just say he was unarmed. Then what?
I was. Oh yeah, if he was unarmed,
Then what?
No, if he was unarmed and still said what he said to me,
Right.
I still would have to chill.
Okay.
I had to chill.
A white person
I
says the
wouldn't
same
chill.
thing to you, unarmed. He says, you say, hey man, don't smoke your cigarette by the gas tank because you could blow the whole fucking block up.
Right.
Please don't smoke your cigarette by the thing. And then that person
And he
says,
said, "Shut the fuck up, nigga."
well, he didn't say that. Did the
No,
black
no.
guy say, shut the fuck up,
he,
nigga?
Like, he was like, say something else, nigga. Like he can say.
Oh, he
nigga,
said,
but-
say something else.
Like he showed me,
nigga, then showed
like,
you a gap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly, yeah.
Say something else, nigga. And then somebody shows you a gap.
Yeah,
That's when you shut the fuck up. You don't say another fucking word. You go,
And I did.
I would have played it off,
You
though.
start unlocking your car. You don't
can't-
say a fucking word.
I started saying
Yeah,
lean
see?
on, never made it different.
I would've-
You don't say a fucking word.
I would have played it off
Somebody
still.
pulls a fucking gun out and says, yo, say another
I
fucking word.
will.
I mean, here's the thing.
I can't say. I've never been in that situation. but,
Here's the
you know,
thing.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
He's
chill.
smoking a cigarette.
At the gas station. I say, yo, like why? Like yo, I'm pumping gas. Like
Right.
he's pumping gas.
Smoking a cigarette. At the
He's
fuck-
smoking a cigarette.
He's
So you
smoking
know
a
he's
cigarette at
already-
the gas
We
station.
already on a bench.
You smoking a
right.
cigarette
You
at
tripping
the
for that.
gas station.
And I say,
And-
yo, fam, can you wait till at least I'm
Now,
done?
here's the
Or
thing.
something like that. Something
Yeah.
like that. I said, and he was like, say something else.
Right,
Like,
right,
And it's
right.
at this point, I
Now,
have to
here's
say,
the thing.
I have to be slow
I'm trying to talk to him.
to reveal my emotions at this point because
Fuck the emotions. Here's the thing.
no, because I could.
You
I
said
could-
to him, and here's my point. You made my point in a different way. D says to a gentleman who's smoking a cigarette at a fucking gas pump, a cigarette
Yeah.
could blow the whole entire block up. It could blow him up. Now, if you want to blow your own self up,
Blow yourself
up. Yo, by all means, you got every right
Like, I
to
was
blow
right.
yourself.
I was right.
Right.
To
The
say something.
kingdom come.
Yeah.
You want to blow yourself up by all? You want to set yourself on fire by gasoline and cigarette? By all means, that is your right as an American. You have that right. But if you want to blow the entire block up while I'm pumping my gas, I think that
Now you put.
I have the right to say something about that.
Yeah.
I should be able to say, "Hey, buddy, would you mind putting your cigarette out? You could blow the whole fucking block up. You, me."
I ain't say nothing before you said.
You didn't even say nothing like
Right.
that. And then the guy that you say, hey, you say to a man,
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
I'm asking the people to, you say to a man, excuse me, sir, you mind putting out your cigarette at the gas pump? You could blow the entire block up. I mean, you do realize that, right? And he says, he shows you his gun and says,
Well, now you sound like a Karen.
say another word, nigga. Say another word, nigger.
See, now
What?
wait. Now wait.
What the fuck is going on here? And he's black.
Mm.
And he's black. He's going to kill you. He's going to kill you. He just threatened to kill you
And I'm
because you
gangster.
asked
And this is
him.
when I was gangster. This
See.
is when I was gangster. This 8-9 years ago, I was gangster. And I was like, what, nigga?
Right,
Like,
right.
This man is
Right.
threatening to kill producer D
8 years ago.
because
Mm.
producer D asked him not to smoke a cigarette at the gas pump. And you didn't even say don't smoke cigarettes or put your cigarette out, nigga. Or maybe, knowing you though, you probably was a little loose with
said,
the
no,
lips.
Smart. I said like, yo, I ain't got like, yo, fam, like you got like. I said something about him smoking.
Right.
Well,
I
no. What the fuck did you say to this guy? Because I can only imagine what the fuck you
I
said.
mean, it probably wasn't on no.
No,
Excuse me, sir.
It wasn't no. Look,
It wasn't that.
it
I
was,
know.
like, it was just like, yo, like damn, like.
Yeah, like
Bro,
for
it
real.
was almost
It was-
like you don't have to put it out, but can you have some concern for me? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Why
like
is it
one
your
of those-
fault that he is doing something dumb?
Yeah,
At that point.
I can look. I could not say anything. First
You
of all,
could have not said
but
anything.
I said something. 'cause
But
I'm that
that's a
close to him.
but
Like,
but hold up a second. You did the right thing.
Mm.
You did the right thing because you took public safety into importance. You said, "Yo, whatever the fuck you said," because we already know you said some slick shit. You probably was like, "Hey, yo, pussy, yo, put the fucking cigarette out," and that's probably what producer
Ain't
D
no
said to
way,
this
yo.
motherfucker. And now D is a different guy now. He's eating.
Nah, he would have
He's eating
pulled his whole
smoked
gun
salmon.
out.
Mr. Pussy.
Look, D
See?
is a different guy now So
Like, what
knowing
you say?
D, he probably said, "Yo, man, put that fucking cigarette out, man. You gonna blow everything the fuck up. I'll knock you the fuck out if you don't put that cigarette." That's probably what
No.
the fuck you said to
Now
this
at that
man.
point,
I'm on my lunch
that
break,
point-
dog. I'm
But
just getting
his
gas.
response-
I'm on my lunch break. I'm
Right,
just
you
getting
know,
gas.
you
But
put
his
it on
response was to kill you.
Yeah.
Like, so whatever. So wait. So now I'm
God.
kind of getting a little bit of a mixed story. I'm getting a little bit of a mixed bag because there's, hey, listen, sir, would you mind putting the cigarette out? We are at a gas pump. Public safety's issues. Like, can we figure that out? Or there's, yo, pussy, put your fucking cigarette out.
There's a middle ground.
Be like, yo,
There's
like,
a middle ground.
hey, yo, pussy, put that fucking cigarette out like while I'm out here.
But you just said I had a right to say something. Either way,
You
if I
had a
took
right
it,
to say something,
Yeah.
but do we have the right as
Yo,
a
I did
black
not-
man
I would-
to call out to another black man that we don't know? Hey, yo, pussy.
No, I would not
Like
say-
as his
the
name.
worst thing you could
I mean,
call
like,
another
I
man,
mean,
yo.
I don't think you do that to a white man. It's like,
I didn't do that.
You don't do that to an Asian man or Latin man.
I
Hey,
said,
yo,
yo, bro.
pussy, and then Bruce Lee turns around and then karate chops you in the
Yo.
fucking next week. Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck do you do? Hey, yo, pussy.
any
Like,
nationality gonna fuck you up.
you,
call
any
me.
nationality will fuck you up. Like, that's
Yup.
my point. Like, you can't
Yup.
say that type of shit to no man unless he's not a man. You know what I'm saying? It's like the only way you're gonna get away with, hey, yo, pussy, and that being another man's name, as if that guy is
Almost, yeah.
pussy. You know what I'm saying? Unless he's like, wait, what does that say, Bob?
57 minutes. We're good.
Oh, 57 minutes. All right, we're out of here. This is the Raw Report. I want to thank everybody for coming. Sherrod Brown, thank you.
Most
Up and coming
definitely.
artist, great to have you.
Most definitely.
Producer D, great to be back. But, bump. Get the suspension papers just on.
Suspension
just,
papers
okay.
is still
Just for typical
in
reasons. All right.
play.
All right, listen. This is the Raw Report. Go to the Raw Report on Instagram. Go check it out on YouTube. We gave you a little taste live today. Having fun. All right. Anyway, bye.
Hey.